Okay. Franklin, shall I let them in or will you let them? Shall I let them in?
Please make me co-host. Okay, I'm already co-host.
Yeah, I'll just let those in because I know those anyway. Okay.
I'm just enabling that.
Okay, you let the others in if any come because I get preoccupied. Okay.
All right.
Amir, hello.
Good evening. Hello, hello.
Hey. Hello, hello. I hope you brought your harmonica with.
I did play today somewhere.
Nice to see you. We'll just see who else is going to come in. And yeah. Okay. Okay.
Franklin is from Lahore.
Sorry, say again.
Franklin, your co-host, is from Lahore.
Oh, do you know him? Okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Franklin.
Oh, have you been to Lahore? Okay.
Yes, I've been. I've studied 2 years in that part of Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am familiar with Lahore. Very hot weather. Oh my God.
Okay.
It's like Australia.
And who else we got? Dietrich Davis. Hello. You got no mic. Okay. Dietrich. Okay. You can put your video on. You can give me sign language then, Dietrich. Okay. And what about Trina? Hello, Trina. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
That's good. That's good. Are we going to have a video this time, or we're not going to have a video this time, Trina?
I don't know. I went swimming. It's a bad hair day. Look awful.
I'd have my video off all day long if I had to go by my hair.
No, yours looks great.
Okay, whatever makes you feel comfortable. As long as you're talking to me, Trina, that's the main thing. Okay, we've got Franklin, as Amir told us, as our TA assistant, Get Set Up. He's here to help us in the classes and to sort out any problems and possibly even answer some questions that are not relative to the class itself. So, Franklin, welcome to our class. Okay. All right, so I think what we will do, we've still got a couple of minutes to have everybody in before 5 past the hour, a minute. But I'm really interested in hearing what Amir's got to say as he's moving forward with his new passion, harmonica music passion.
Yes. Actually, you nudged me a little bit into my passion, right. And I am starting to feel the pulse or the passion that I advanced myself in 2 or 3 different manners or ways.
Right.
First of all, regarding the small charities, I made a call to Finca and CUSO. I didn't reach them, but the guy Finca told me that instead of taking over about the soliciting for donation, why don't you give me the list of the people in my building and they would do the soliciting. I'd just play the background role like provider of the addresses, and then I sent him the addresses of the people in my building, about 25 families.
Okay.
So I am not in the limelight, and that is okay, because I would rather be in the background to have done something.
All
And
right.
so I sent, but I didn't get any telephone from him that he received the list or not, for which I have to do the follow-up later on this week. So that was about the charities for helping with micro loans to those women in all over the world, actually. But I came to find out that there are two organizations. One is Canada related,
Yeah.
which is coming from Toronto now instead of Montreal. It is now Toronto,
Yeah.
and they are catering to the poorest of the poor in Haiti, the French island, and DR Republic of Congo in the middle of Africa, where there is so much mining and abuse and injustice to the women.
Right.
So our Canadian FINCA is directed towards helping those two countries. And the international FINCA happen to be in the US headquartered. They are helping so many more countries all around the world. So those were the things I discovered with my phone calls and
fantastic. Well
yes.
done. Well done. Huh? You've
So
been active. You've been active.
Yes. So I advanced my cause.
Right.
As far as the other issues are concerned, I took part in the Facebook learning here in the Get Set Up. So I'm starting to, while I don't want to be a media person, but it seems to me right to be in the Facebook and Instagram. It seems that I should be in it. And there was a program about buy or sell anything. Like I have in my mind Nextdoor also, where I want to enroll. Right. It's the heavy lifting is in the beginning of enrollment, which will take me a lot of time, where, once I have some help and I attend some classes and I have the patience to solve the bugs in the beginning, like everybody does, then I will be good. And thirdly, as far as harmonica, I joined the, what is this called? The dance group, Glenda, with the Get Set
oh,
group.
good. Okay,
yes.
Well done.
yeah. So I played my song of Love Me Do when I requested the song by the Beatles. So that's part, yes.
Well done. Oh, my goodness, you've done a lot in a week.
Yeah. It made me feel good. It made me feel good that I advanced my cause. I really feel happy and speechless sometimes, but I have tears of happiness though.
That's great. Thanks for sharing that. That is really super. You've done a lot of things from the first class, when you first came into class. Okay, it's so super.
Yes. No, you tweaked me, nudged me. What is the right expression?
Hit you on the head.
But it worked.
That's good. Okay, no, that's right. Thanks for sharing that. That's really great.
Thank you.
Okay. Trina, have you arrived with an idea of what you want to do moving forward, or are you still puzzled?
And the microphone.
I am a couple of things came to mind, but I probably need to pin them down. Like on my job, I work with engineers and scientists.
Mhm.
We all can do the work, but some lack people skills, and I've seen where the careers stop or don't grow with some smart people that don't have the people skills to get them further. So I thought, oh, maybe I could be a coach to help them,
Yeah,
help people in technical fields develop their people skills.
great idea.
And some of these folks may even have Asperger's, and I don't think that's a reason to block them from getting further. They're smart
Mhm.
and they're hyper focused, but it seems like that should be an asset. They just need to work on some people skill stuff. So that's one idea. And then I used to like, I think I mentioned this last time, entertaining and dancing, and even I make up dances in my mind, and I did that when I was younger. So now I do Zumba class. I don't teach Zumba, but that's a possibility to teach the Zumba class or something like that.
Okay, that sounds so interesting. Okay, so you've got something to work on because Amir's smiling. He's going to play harmonica while you do the dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Trina.
Okay.
And I see a lot of, not a lot, but people are who are into engineering, computer, and all that. They are so serious and so focused, and very little people skill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And that, they should, I think the job should help them get, provide training, but
And
it might be
sometimes,
limited.
yeah, and sometimes if they don't learn the people skill, they end up getting the divorce.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are
Yeah.
helping their family, actually.
I have noticed that shocking a lot of younger engineers, and these guys are in their early 40s, maybe late 30s, early 40s, and they're getting divorced. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, with all the money, etc., and still divorces. And, it is the people skill. They are so passive in the people skill.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I have noticed it.
Yeah.
But they're nice guys. I didn't know what was going on there. But yeah, that you're right. Maybe that's
It's the technology that's pivoting them away from the people skill. And they don't even speak like the way we speak. They just text. That's it, at the most. And texting is like a big, favor.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm finding happening at a younger age now. So I find that interesting.
Yeah, true.
Okay. All right. Well, come on. We got ideas that we're working with now, and now with this idea, this particular class is talking about how to move forward, how to actually get started with that idea. And Amir's already taken the class once previously, and he's already got started. Trina, it's sounding like with your ideas, you haven't decided on one idea or the other idea, the dancing or the English or the people skills. Which one are you more inclined to do, Trina?
I think the people, I like both, but the people skills maybe because I I've been told that by others, and sometimes your friends and family tell you things you're good at also, but I don't know.
Yeah, you know, Trina, what this exercise does, and I urge you to just ignore family and friends and spouses and children and next door neighbors and ignore everybody. Keep, you know, your thinking secret for a while. And what you must do is when you think of dancing or you think of helping people the other way, I think feel recognize what you feel at that moment. Okay, which one makes you feel warm and fuzzy and a smile on your face? Okay, because that is the one that you need to follow. Okay, it's not a logical decision. Okay, this is a following of a feeling. You're working with feelings. When you're looking at the two, you're looking at the dancing, and particularly that dancing that you design yourself. And then when you're thinking of people, which one makes you feel the warmest? Which gives a warm feeling to your heart? And that's the one that you must choose. Okay, because it doesn't matter if you know, your logic says, well, I can't make money with that, I can't do this, and my family think I'm stupid, and it's got nothing to do with anybody else, and it's got nothing to do with money. It's got to do with how you feel. This is a feeling. You start your purpose in life with a feeling. Okay, you can combine things, no harm in that, but we need to get to one just to get started. Okay, and
Okay.
so yeah,
And
so
I might want to write a book on one of these activities too, to add to the.
okay, which book would you like to write first? On which
On
activity?
one of these, oh boy, probably the yeah, probably the people one.
Okay, okay. Well, you give it some thought.
Okay.
You know, relax for a few days with a cup of coffee and ask yourself questions. You know, what do I enjoy doing most? What do I like most? And things like that. And just don't look for a logical answer. You're looking for a heartfelt answer. Okay, it's when you feel good that you know that answer is correct. All right, so I'll leave you with that, and you keep me posted on which one you're finally going to decide, but don't use your logic. All right.
Okay.
I sound like an old father, don't I? Older I am and a father I am, yeah, but I've got no right to talk to you like that. All right, so that you know who I am, so I'm not going to introduce myself in this class. And so the agenda today to move forward with, and I'll move forward as quickly or slowly as you, Trina and Amir, interact with me and ask questions and so forth. And I'll sense also which things to just move on with. And so we'll cover these things on the agenda. But there's going to be, you know, there's going to be some exercise. Whoops, I've just gone and there we are. Okay, so what I want to do first, I'm just looking, see where that is. What I want to do first is ask you a question. You must ask yourself a question, okay? And you know, you've both got two ideas you're working with, okay? Amir, the charity, and then the harmonica, and Trina, the dancing, and the people. So when you look at one of them, okay, ask yourself who will benefit from your idea. Okay, very big question that. Okay, who will benefit from your idea? And because when you're doing things now in a let's call it a second or third career, or at this stage of your life now moving forward into the next 30 years, You're going to want to be happy. You're going to want to be fulfilled. And the way that happens is if whatever you are doing, whatever your purpose is helping other people. Okay, that's where true happiness comes from. So whatever you're going to do, those people must benefit, okay, in some way or other. Okay, so please think about that and find an answer for yourself. We're not going to do steps like we did in the previous class, but there are actually steps there, but I don't number them and I don't call them steps. Okay, so who will benefit from your idea or ideas? Okay, and write them down, because that's why you are doing it. Okay, so you will find, and I'm sure you know already, that true happiness and fulfillment comes from giving back to people. Okay, I mean, we've had our careers have given us our salaries and given us the opportunity to grow and have motor cars and houses and children and things like that. Now happiness is coming from giving back. So who do you want to help? That's the question. Who's going to benefit? Okay, and then we're going to start touching on now and in tomorrow's class, okay, is how do you want to help? Okay, do you want to do it by teaching, or do you want to volunteer for a charity, or do you want to do freelancing, blogging, and so on and so on? And we're going to cover a whole lot of different hows today and tomorrow. So the big aspect is you are unique. Okay, and you can, the only one that can do it your way. Yeah, as Frank Sinatra saying, I did it my way.
Yeah.
Voice from you.
Yeah.
I wish I could sing.
Yeah, I can play that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's you must decide. This is an important question to answer for yourself. All right. Try not to make it global, like, I want to help all the starving children in the world. Try and make it a little bit more personal, a little bit smaller. Maybe a specific people in a specific camp or a specific part of the world, or a specific person somewhere else. So it's an important question to ask. Okay, and so that's the first part. So how to start achieving your purpose. Now, the first thing you need to be doing is to take your idea, and if you've got two ideas, then that's fine. Take the two ideas totally separate from each other, or find a way to combine them. It's up to you. Okay, and have a look if you can pretend to be standing in front of the whole world, okay, and they're all listening to you, and in 10 minutes you're going to tell them what your story is all about. Okay, what you're going to do, what your purpose is about. Okay, so this is a big part of moving forward, because it's also going to help you get that warm feeling when you're talking about one aspect, okay, and you're talking to the world, and then you talk about your other aspects, because you've both got two. See which one you feel the warmest about, but both of them you're bringing down to about a 10-minute audio, a 10-minute audio. You can record your audio, you can record on Zoom if you like, and just then listen to yourself, feed it back, but just be spontaneous, allow it just to flow, but stick to the intention of the audio. In other words, that purpose, stick to that, and then move forward from there. Okay, so let's just click again. There we are. So the big question is now, interesting thing is, what are you going to talk about? But we'll get that feedback, I think, probably tomorrow or later in the week. Okay, so the next thing that you need to start doing now is to start building to get yourself to your fullest potential. Now, I think, Trina, you know, what you were saying about those scientists and those people is, you know, they look in a mirror and they just see themselves, okay? Whereas they should be looking in a mirror and seeing themselves at full potential, okay? So like the image, there's a little kitty cat is looking in the mirror and is seeing a lion look back, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what you want to do with one of you want to do with yourself, first of all.
Yes.
You allow yourself to reach your fullest potential, okay? And to see the greatest version of yourself. Okay, so one of the ways to move forward with now, having done your 10-minute audio on yourself and about your purpose and telling people what you are doing as if you were doing it now, okay, not what you're going to be doing, but pretend that you're actually doing it right now and tell them what you're doing in your 10-minute talk. Then after that, bring that talk down to one sentence, okay? I call it a purpose impacting one-line sentence, okay? So you start imagining your path, your purpose, your journey moving forward as the years unfolding. In order to be absolutely clear on what you're doing, you come up with this one sentence that tells people that's what you do, tells you also that's what you do, okay? So then now you're starting to look in the mirror and see a more powerful version of yourself, okay? Not in an egotistical way, but just feeling the emotion and feeling the potential of being, you know, a great version of yourself. Okay? And so now you take your new idea that's based on purpose, okay, and keeping in your mind your why you are doing it. Remember, we spoke about it in class 1 and in previous classes. Always keep in mind why you do something, okay? And so you've got 2 purposes. Why are you doing each of those, okay? So you've now reduced this to one powerful sentence. It's a powerful aspect of your idea you came up with in class 1, and your reason for doing it. So important, man. So you now become an expert, okay, through whatever way you want to. If you're learning, creating your own dances, or you're dancing somebody else's dances, or you're playing the harmonica, okay, you need to become proficient. You need to become really good at it, the best you can. You're the best potential you can in doing that particular purpose, okay? Because now you are showing the world your full potential within yourself, okay? You're going out confidently and with knowledge about what you're going out with. That becomes important too, okay? So when you go out and start talking to people about what you do, you must start thinking about your unique. It is unique, okay? Nobody else in the entire planet has this purpose impacting one-liner sentence that comes from you, okay? So now you start thinking about that, and you start working, and you start talking about it, and you talk about it, you write about it, you any way you can. Video yourself in the garden, in the park, just talking about your purpose and how the people are going to benefit. Talk about how the people are going to benefit, okay? So that becomes a starting point to take the first step, okay? So it's like the 10-minute, the one sentence, recording yourself, thinking about it, going to talk about it to yourself in the park. Okay. And so it's very, very important to do this step, because it's difficult, you know, it's not easy. It's difficult to get past this step, because, you know, one perhaps hasn't got clear in being able to talk for 10 minutes about your purpose. Okay, so so please work at it and see if you can, and then bringing it down to one sentence is enormously difficult. But once you're there, you know it's going to happen, and you can do it. Okay. So in the starting up process, let's call it that. Okay, of taking your idea now a little bit forward, just a small step forward. So the first thing, as you can see on your screen, is focus. Focus on the grand purpose. Okay, not the tiny detail. Look at the grand picture of what will ultimately happen if you are successful and you carry on moving forward and you go on this journey, and it is a journey. And you know, what is the bigger picture? Focus on that bigger picture. Keep that in your mind. Even, you know, find a picture that maybe you can find on Google or somewhere that you can actually put up above your desk, or somewhere where you can look at it and you can see maybe people benefiting from your purpose, or the ultimate, whatever your purpose is. So focus is will keep your thoughts positive, because you'll see it and you'll think of the why, and you put a smile on your face, you'll feel warm, and you will want to keep some actions going when you see who other people, or how other people are going to benefit. Okay, the next one is plan. Plan how you want to spend each day is key to reaching your fullest potential. You know, if you just do things ad hoc, some today, some tomorrow, you know, some perhaps next month, some I don't do for a while, and no. You know, plan, it's simple. Make it simple. Just what you're going to do, it doesn't have to be difficult. Okay, you know, maybe it's something like 2 hours a day that you're going to use in order to actually take the first steps and put these things in practice. The other days of the hours you can research and do other things, but you know, plan something that you can easily achieve on a regular basis. Okay, this will help you get to your fullest potential. Okay, then manage time is something we all talk about in the past, and you know, a regular time during the day to action your purpose. That you know that that time's available, you know you can do it, you know that it's not going to, you know, some days you can do it, some days you can't. It's a regular time that you want to do those actions, maybe for 2 hours, whatever actions you have planned to do and that you are focusing on. So create simple, attainable goals. Don't become the grandmaster. The first thing is just getting moving. Okay, just getting the next step and seeing what happens. Okay, so you create attainable goals for the month and keep checking back about them. Remember, it's got nothing to do with money or anything like that. Okay, and tomorrow we'll take that thought a little bit deeper and look at those simple goals that you could be. Now, I'm a great person about keeping things simple. Okay, there is just no reason to embrace anything else but simplicity, and simplicity in everything that you do. Okay, in your planning must be simple. Your time management must be simple. Okay, the actions you take must be simple. Okay, don't overstretch yourself. That's not going to bring your potential. Your potential for yourself is going to come from simplicity, doing things regularly that you planned and you're happy to do them. So embrace simplicity, very important. Then the other is daily recharge. You've got to find ways for yourself that you get your energy going regularly, because I'm one of the worst. I find my energy goes up and goes down, and I'm in and I'm out of my energy sort of cycles, if you like. I don't know. And so, I've got little things that that I do, and I reevaluate them on a regular basis, and I'm reevaluating them right now. In fact, I was researching early this morning in my time. Remember, I'm in Perth, Australia. And so, yeah, it could be yoga, it could be some form of exercise or meditation or walking or gardening, anything that energizes you. You know what energizes. Find things that energize you and then make them a regular daily event. Maybe it's just talking to certain people on a daily basis. Whatever it is, find that thing. I really enjoy talking one-on-one. I enjoy interacting in a class like this. I finish a class like we're doing right now, and I'm energized. Okay, it doesn't deplete me at all. And so this is a great way to energize myself, is to have a class. Okay, and I only do classes up until the middle of the day, and in the afternoon and the evening I don't do classes. But late in the afternoon, I've lost all my energy. So I have to find ways, and you need to find ways that keep yourself energized. Now, ideally, your purpose and doing some actions for your purpose is going to energize you, because it comes from the heart, and the heart is the biggest energy field in your body. Then, that's great. But there are going to be times when maybe for 22 hours of the day, you might need to find something else to keep you energized. So, a hobby is a great energizer as well. Your hobby is not necessarily your purpose. So find a way. Please jot down something and think about that, because you need to stay recharged, and everybody's different. Finally on this slide is stay focused, okay, on today's task at hand, and do not go off at a tangent. Don't wander off. Start something and think, oh, this is a better idea, and off you go. There's plenty of the balance of the day to go wandering off, but stick with what you planned. And you can replan, sure, and then you replan and then do something else with the replanning. So maybe we just stop there for a minute, and let me just stop sharing for a minute. Are there any comments or questions or statements or things that you do as regards to energy and getting yourself focused, keeping yourself focused?
Yeah, energy is a very important factor. Sometimes it's health-related issues, like I'm having a little bit less energy than before, and I know that my thyroid issue has to be addressed. So it could be physical related, it could be weather related, like when it's warm, hot, like now we are almost 32 degrees centigrade. A person can get dehydrated and lose energy. Of course, sugar is the worst energy.
Yes, it is. Oh, it's a problem. It's my problem. Yeah. Because
Sunday I took some ice cream and I needed to go to bed right away. Yeah. So, but once in a while, of course, you have to treat ourselves.
Yeah.
But health, health issues, medications, weather or dehydration. How I perk myself up is through my favorite iTunes music. I put on my favorite music. I have instrumental music from India that works like a craze, like a charm. Just those instruments, not the songs, Indian songs, but the Indian instruments music. and it works like a charm, especially from if you want to write down for yourself instrument music from Lata and
Right.
Rafi, Lata
Okay.
and Rafi. Instrument music in your YouTube.
Right.
So those music, and of course, then I have my favorite iTunes, music of about 2-3 hours. So I play that. Exercise, especially in the morning or as early, it gives me a lot of energy. It helps me with the energy, and of course, avoiding carbo and more protein and all that is much better.
Right.
Lot of water drinking, that helps a lot. What else? Negative people makes me tired.
Oh, they pull you down, eh? They
Yeah.
pull you down. Yeah.
Yeah, too much fanatic people or too politicized people, they
Yeah.
get me tired. There are people who, there are some people who act on pity, like they ask for, they want pity from everybody, but they are the same all the time. They are just those suckers that just will always want, and there is no
They draw the
giving.
energy. Mm.
It's true, right? They never give, they're never happy, There are some that are like that kind of people who are, but most of the time there are good people around, and I have accidentally found and met and seen and experienced very good people in the world.
Yeah.
I have been helped by many good people, even to reach my goals.
Right. And those are important people to associate with, are the people that help each other. Yeah.
Yes, there are good people in the world and around us as much as we don't realize.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel that gives me energy. And of course, walk in the park, a good talk,
A good
song.
talk. Love it. Love a
Yeah.
good talk. Yeah.
Yes,
Especially over a cup of coffee.
Yes, sitting in a cafe.
Yeah.
That helps a lot.
That's energizing. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Amir. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
I agree with Amir. I agree.
Yes,
with
Karina.
The music.
Music,
the music that can take me out of a mood, and that does energize you. And I don't listen to it enough. I'm in my head a lot. And
Okay.
Yeah,
What's your favorite music?
that.
Trina, what is your favorite music? Sorry, Amir.
I like jazz. And I like classical music, but I like jazz music, like Pat Metheny and jazz. I like the jazz guitar.
Okay, what do you dance to?
Norman Brown, and I do like big band music of the 40s.
Okay.
Oh my God.
A little bit of that, but
okay.
And I wanted to ask you, I think you're saying your job or whatever you do, it should energize you, not drain you.
Right.
You might get tired from it, but it should energize you when you're doing it.
No, you might get tired. Okay, I mean,
right?
but certainly you should come away and look, feeling good about it, and arrive at work feeling good about it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And that tells you quite a lot. Okay. Okay. So let's move on because I want to have some time where Amir's going to play us some harmonica, I think.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. so there are all sorts of different channels of communication to take our project forward and to blend in with everything we said in this class, including what we've just finished with energizing. So it could be one-on-one meetings with people, physical meetings. I just love those physical meetings, one-on-one, as we said, you know, in a cafe with a cup of coffee and you're talking to friends, and it's great. But it must be cool. It mustn't be 30 degrees in Celsius unless they've got air conditioning. That's fine. Okay. The other ways of interacting also, you know, you can speak to people on the phone. Now, I have a meeting set up with a really good friend on the other side of Australia, and we talk twice a week, and we talk about nothing. Okay, we just talk. Okay.
Okay.
And inevitably we get into a subject that we both enjoy without thinking about it, and we're both spiritually orientated, so it tends to lean towards spiritual type things. That spiritual conversations energize me immensely. So yeah, find out, you know, those sort of communications. Doesn't have to be face-to-face. It could be face-to-face on Zoom or on Skype. And then, you know, you could also be writing and, you know, send in your writings to people, emailing them or putting them on social media and so forth. Okay. And that would possibly also be a way of energizing yourself. You know, even if you're writing letters about your favorite place that you support, okay, you know, be it a dance studio or be it a charity, you know, you could write about it and talk about the benefits, and just talking about the benefits as being positive, and so it's going to energize you immensely. And so yeah, really remember that you're not doing things at people, okay? You're doing things for people now. So it's not about at people. It's not about, you know, in their face and showing them how good you are. Okay, that's egotistical. That's not going to be any purpose. That's not going to make you happy. Okay, and so it's now a whole different approach now in this second career or second purpose or moving forward that we're going to do. We're no longer trying to influence or sell people on something that you don't even believe in, okay, just for the sake of doing it. It's important to focus now on the channels that you're going to use to communicate. The last slide showed you, you know, it could be face-to-face, it could be other ways, but you need to decide as part of the decision now of this class is how are you going to well, which channels are you going to use in order to discuss your idea, to promote your idea? You know, at the beginning, right at the beginning, Amir spoke about probably using Facebook and Instagram. Great ideas. There's no right or wrong social media. You know, I use both of those to a lesser degree. I also use Pinterest a lot. Especially for filing my ideas, and a great place to search for things is in Pinterest. So, you know, you look at a way that you can now move forward with the how. Remember, we said today we're going to start with the how. So, you know, how are we going to move forward? You know, speaking to people, maybe using the app Nextdoor, as Amir said, we spoke about that before. Nextdoor, you get to know who's in your neighborhood, okay? And there are other apps as well that do that. So you actually are getting in touch with people in your suburb, and that could be a way to move forward as well. But even when you're on Facebook or the others, it's good to let them know where your location is, you know, which town you're living in, because then you also attract other people that want somebody close by, you know, and so you start building and start sharing your purpose and what you're doing and inviting more people to join it. Okay. So the idea now is to start building relationships and engaging people, however way is appropriate for you. But you need to start engaging people. You need to start now taking your idea forward in one way or another to build a relationship with people. I'm talking about just a communication relationship, somewhere where you have something in common, okay? And whatever content you are sharing in order to move forward, we will talk more about that tomorrow. You create that content and you share it, and then people follow you, and it can result in emails. I send out an email once a week to everybody who follows me, and you know, because they wanted that topic that I email about, okay? And so that goes out every week, and then they reply and they interact with me on that email, and I chat to them via email. So there are lots of different ways you can take the first step. And you've got to decide what you are comfortable with. Even if you've got to learn something new, like Amir says, he's going to have to learn something new, that's fine. Then you learn that, and you know, you've got the rest of your life. So time's not an issue. Learn what you've got to learn, and then go and use it. And then take your idea forward. It becomes really, it becomes fun. You look forward to it. You want to jump out of bed in the morning, okay? So we're talking about engagement here, okay? We're talking about engagement. We're talking about having relationships with as many people as you possibly can, okay? And to interact with them and answer their questions, because you're putting out something and they're going to have questions. They're going to enhance what you're putting out. So, you know, so you must get out there and tell people about your idea, okay? And you can piggyback on other people, and like, you know, you can have what they call micro influencers. These are people who are very popular on social media. For example, the people you see now in the pictures, they are all over 80 years old, and the one is 99, and they're still out there sharing their purpose, what they're doing, what they love doing, they're having fun, and you know, you can piggyback on the back of them in order to get to more people and get more people with regards to yourself. Or you don't do it, you just do it yourself, okay? So it doesn't matter which way you do. And you know, if you do it yourself, there are lots of ways. Get Set Up have all sorts of classes about all sorts of social media apps, okay? And you could take those classes quite happily. But the other things that I'm going to start using now, I had forgotten about, and I haven't started yet, but I'm going to start, is podcasting, okay? In other words, just recording your voice, audio, and making little short audios and putting them out there as well. There are special platforms for those, and those we talk about tomorrow. So yeah, that's a good way. It doesn't have to be email or social media or building a website and getting optimization. And it could also be video, just talking in front of your video camera and then putting it up on YouTube. It costs you nothing, okay? And then linking it to Facebook, perhaps, okay? And that so there all these things you need to just broadly think of that first step forward. We're only talking about that first little step forward, okay? We're not talking about putting all these things together. I throw out ideas just to get you where you want to be, okay? So something is really, sorry, my phone has gone mal up terribly. I apologize for that. I usually put it off, but something's happening. Okay, so bring just the broad concept of that first step forward. You know, is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Some of the things we've mentioned in the class now. You know, if you're going to do social media, choose one, okay? If you're going to do podcasting, let's find a channel that works for you, a platform that works for you. And and then you can start talking about it. Okay. So you can start building a following. I just use Instagram, but wherever you are, and your podcasting channel, you can start, building a following. Okay, so to basically summarize, I'm going to now also ask Amir to come on, give us a quick 2-minute audition. We're going to.
Okay, let me bring my.
Okay, you get that, and Trina, I hope you don't mind, but it's Amir's passion, and he's now going to move.
I like music.
That's great. All right, but Trina, then you dance. All right, you don't have to put your video on, but you dance, okay, to his music that he's going to play now.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
I will.
Out of bed.
I will try to choose which music from my iTunes. Just a moment.
Okay, no, that's fine. You do that. We've still got.
Okay. Okay, I will choose the song "You Are My Sunshine."
Ah, lovely. Okay.
I'll play it loud. Stop here. It's a slow version. So
yes, it was. Okay.
yeah.
That was really great. And
Thank you for allowing.
Thank you for doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good song too.
Yes, I liked this song so much, and I had played in a party this song to somebody.
Right.
So it was a very touching and a lot of sentimental value.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. But we've come to the hour, and I see that Franklin has put up some of my other classes there. If you linked, thanks, Franklin. I didn't know you were going to do that. All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, and we'll take the process forward. And I hope to see Trina and Detrick there as well, and Amir. So thank you very much. But Goodbye.
you.
for now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.